Okay, so we've got our lid and our base for our box. When we make our box in T1 in the workshop, we're actually going to use the laser cutter to engrave a design on the top. So we're not going to use Onshape as the software to do that. We actually use a different piece of software for the laser cutter. So what we're going to do here though is I want to be clear in my head which part is the lid and which is the base, because they look exactly the same at the moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw a little quick design to differentiate, to show difference between the lid and the base. So I'm going to choose this one as my lid. Again, a little thing we've not used before is we can actually we can hide that one if we want to, if it's getting in the way. It's not for what we're doing, so I can bring it back. So I want to change the view so I'm looking straight down on top of it for this step. And I'm just going to draw my part of my name onto the box for the lid. So I'm going to choose my sketch. This time, and some people have been caught out, what some people are doing is they're saying, right, well, I'm doing a sketch, sir, and I want to sketch on the top plane. I don't want to sketch on the top plane. I actually want to sketch on the face, the surface of the lid. So I'm actually going to choose the surface or the face of that rectangle. Now my toolbar has come alive. And I'm going to choose this really funny looking tool. It's called a spline. Basically, it means we can do wiggly lines, okay? And I'm going to do M. So might take a little bit of practice for you. Almost like graffiti writing, like bubble writing. It's not going to have any marking on our final design. Okay, but I do want it to go blue, so I know it's a complete shape. And I'm going to do an R. You could choose your initials. Or you could do fancy little design, but it does need to be a complete shape. It can't have any gaps around the edges. And then do E for the first letter of my initial. Does take a little bit of patience, perseverance, but as with all good engineers, that's a skill we have. So there it is, Mr. E. I'm going to green tick that. And all I want to do, I want to add colour to it. And before I do that, I need to make it into a 3D. I need to raise it off of the lid ever so slightly so I can actually change the colour of the M, the R and the E. So I'm going to use my extrude tool because that makes things into 3D objects. So keep it solid, keep it new, and it's saying what faces or what sketch do you want to actually extrude. I want to extrude sketch 3, which was the sketch where I made the Mr. E. So I'm going to click on sketch 3 there. Now I'm going to go to isometric. You'll look, that's too big, far too big. It needs to be half a millimeter tiny, so it doesn't really, to you and I, it doesn't really look like it's sticking up off the surface of the lid, but it is. And what it's going to now allow me to do is add some colour to it. So I am going to, here we go. So over here, there's my extrude where I've extruded the Mr. E. I've just moved my mouse over the extrude. I'm going to right click, and down the bottom I'm going to choose add appearance to the feature. And yep, you guessed it, I'm going to make mine black just because it stands out. You can change the colour to whatever you want. And I'm going to green tick it. Now I know that's my lid, that's my base, and that's going to become important when we start to assemble it. I think the final thing we need to do before assembling it is to create a little hole where in my box it has a little hole in the corner, and I showed you on the first video where you could see it would slide open, twist around so you can access what's in the box. So we need to sketch a little circle onto the top, onto the lid. I'm just going to zoom in to make it really clear what I'm doing. So I'm going to click sketch. I'm just going to reorientate myself. You can see I'm not looking straight down, and I like to sort of have things lined up, so I'm looking straight down. To zoom in, I'm using the roller button on my mouse, and when I want to move left and right or up and down, what I'm doing is I'm holding the roller button down and then moving my mouse so I can line things up. So I've chosen sketch. It's saying what plane do you want to sketch on? I don't want to sketch on a plane. I actually want to sketch on the face of that lid there. So I'm going to click there. Now I've got my toolbar come alive, and I'm going to choose a center point circle, and I'm going to put it down here. And again, I can set dimension. I don't have to go and click dimensions tool. It's giving me the little box here, and you'll see that it's got a little 0 with a line through it. That is the engineering sign for dimension, and dimension is the distance from one side of the circle to the other. We're going to make ours 6 millimeters, and then we're going to green ticket. Now before, when we've done holes, we've used the extrude button and then removed our extrude. This time, I'm going to show you a little feature. So in engineering, we often like to have holes that run along the surface countersunk, which means it's wider on one edge of the hole than it is, so it's wider at the top of the hole than it is the bottom of the hole. And that means the screw head, when we put a screw head in, it sits flush, level with that lid. It doesn't stick above it, it doesn't protrude out the top slightly. And that's a good safety feature for our designs. So I'm going to go and use the hole tool. So I've sketched my circle, there's my hole tool, and I'm going to click on my hole. Okay, and I want to choose countersink here, not simple, not countable, but click on countersink. It's going to be 3 mil. I'm going to change that to 6 mil, and I'm going to leave everything else exactly the same. I'm now going to just show you what it looks like underneath. So you can see that hole is slightly wider at the top. If you look at the bottom, it's smaller. And that's what we call a countersink. Green ticket. Right, have a go at doing that, and then we will do probably our final video where we'll start to assemble it and bring it all together. Good luck.